We arrived at the last subchapter in Module 6. It is titled Continuous Security. Let's see what we are going to talk about. We have mentioned in the end of the previous subchapter that in the pipeline we are performing a light dynamic testing. So we want to move from that state into performing a complete synchronized stack. And that's what I mean by a heavy security scanning, because we need to run the front end, we need to run the backend and other services. In my case, that other service is Meilisearch. So we want to have all of these things interacting together while running the dynamic testing. We are going to also use OWASP, but we are going to configure it a little bit to perform that heavy scan. And as I said, we are going to use an automated GitHub action that will use the Cron syntax, like we did in the Cron tab recently, to run this scan following a specific frequency or interval. And like before, we are going to use that ZAP rule set, that specific TSV file, to avoid false alarms, so things related to Nginx security headers, stuff like that. We are here in my second account. This is my fork. I need to click on the repository. Let me remove these tabs. We don't need them. And here on GitHub, you can hit the dot key to open VS Code directly. So if you want to do things quickly, you can do them that way. So just hit the dot key and that will open VS Code. So here it says the extension, yes, allow login. Let's continue. The only thing we need to add is a new workflow. And here we are in the master branch. So we cannot push directly to it because it is protected. So let's create a new branch. Let's call this feat daily DAST scan. And let's create it from the head. Let's switch to that branch. Okay, now open the GitHub folder and add this specific file inside the workflows folder, daily deep security scan. I will copy the full content and I will paste it here. You will see that this is similar to the other file where it is, this DAST scan. I'll put them next to each other so that we can see the difference. The only thing that we have here, you can see that here we have on workflow call, but here we also add this option, which is to schedule this. So this means that this GitHub action will run daily at 6 UTC. We don't need to, yes, we have the option to run it manually, but on top of that, GitHub will read this cron syntax and it is going to understand that we want it to run this for us every day at 6 UTC. And that's the only, the first difference. But we have another one. So here, so because this is a deep scan, we want to time it out. So if something bad happened, maybe we didn't install dependencies correctly or something was not working well, we don't want this job to get stuck. So we are going to fail if it takes more than 30 minutes. And this value can be adapted based on the scale of your application. So if you have a lot of endpoints and a lot of services, the scan will take a lot of time. So you want to run it maybe 2, 3, or 5 times to get the average time and then put it here. But if we look at the other stuff, let me decrease the font size. First of all, we define the environment variables for Meilisearch, but then the next steps are similar. We check the repository, we install Python, we install the backend dependencies. We are here. After that, we install Meilisearch. Okay. Then we start it. We use that script to see the, so let's see. So here we are starting Meilisearch. And here you can see that we have that seed script. Here it is. Here is that same step. And we also start the backend. So here maybe I could put this here to have the same order. Let's put it there. You can see that here we have seed test data. We start the backend server. And after that, so here we stop because we were testing just the backend. We weren't testing the other things in the stack. So we can see that here after arriving at this, we just pointed at the OpenAPI JSON because we have a FastAPI backend that will tell ZAP all the endpoints. But here we continue. We set up PNPM, we install Node.js, we install the front-end dependencies, we build the front-end, and then we start it. Here, we are using PNPM preview because we want to simulate a production environment. We are not using PNPM dev because that is a dev server. We want to use PNPM preview. And here we, like before, we are using a for loop just to ensure that the front-end started and it is ready to be used. And finally, we perform the full scan this time. And if you look at the image that we are using, it's different. So here we have Action API scan because this is used for API endpoints. But here we are using the full scan. And here you can verify the version to see if there are new ones. If there are, make sure to update. And here the target also changes. So we are pointing at the front end. It's like a user that will go there and try to do malicious stuff. We don't just point at the backend. And we are reusing that TSV file. And yeah, the other options are the same. But after doing this, you can see that we are going to test everything in our stack. Meilisearch, the front end, and the backend. As you can see, both of them are similar. We just added running the front end, and we changed the image that we are using here to Action full scan. Amazing. Now let's commit this file. So let's come here and let's say that feed, add a new workflow for full DAST scan, commit this and push it to this new branch that we have created. And now we can create a new merge request and point it at my master branch. And I hope that we don't have a problem with the dependencies. I think we will because it's been a few weeks since I've worked on this. But if I get some problem while auditing the dependencies, I'll try to resolve them and I will come back. And okay, so let's wait for this to finish. And then we can go to the Actions tab and look for that new file, and then we can run it manually from here. Let's wait for this to yes, thankfully the auditing step passed. That's amazing. So that means that this will not fail, hopefully, because we haven't changed anything in the source code. I am back, and as you can see, we can merge the pull requests because we don't have any error. Let's confirm the merge, and I can also close this tab because I no longer need it. Let's go back to master, and yeah, as you can see, it merged now. Now we can click on Actions, and we should see this new scan. Yes, here it is, Daily Deep Security Scan. Let's click on it, and as you can see, normally if we wait, it should run at 6 in the morning every day, but now it is 12 a.m. or 12 p.m., so I cannot wait for that. So let's just hit run workflow, make sure that it is on master and hit run. And yeah, it's just one simple job. If we click on it, we will see the steps. We installed Python, and now we install all the dependencies that we need for the backend. We downloaded Meilisearch, now we start it, and we need to seed it with data so that the endpoints will work and won't return errors. We have started the backend, and as you can see, we sent a request to help to ensure that the server has started. Now we are installing Node.js, the front-end dependencies. We are building the front-end. That shouldn't take a lot of time. Okay, that's done. Now we start the front-end using PNPM preview, and we see the front-end is ready. Great. And now we are starting the full scan. Hopefully that I haven't forgot anything to add to that TSV file. Normally this should pass because I haven't changed anything in the backend, and I have tested this before on my personal projects or on my websites that I have deployed to production, so it shouldn't fail. But since this will take some time, I will wait for it and then I will come back. I am back, and as you can see, the scan didn't fail. That's a good sign. And in my case, it took 6 minutes. You can see that this is already taking 3 times more time than the light one. The light one took 2 minutes and this one took 6. So, and it runs successfully, and this is going to run every single day. But as I said, if you have a large application, my personal website is not that big, so I have a few endpoints. That's why it took 6 minutes. But if you have a lot of applications, a lot of services in your app, this time will increase drastically. And that's all I wanted to show you in this subchapter. Thank you for watching. The next video will be about, we will look at all the things that we have learned together across this long journey that we took from the first chapter where we were just talking about what we are going to do. And now, as you can see, we are able to perform scans, block IP addresses, and do a lot of things. And I hope that you have learned a ton from this course. The next video will be simple. It's not going to be very long, but we will try to at least give you something to that you can use to basically tell you, maybe remind you of all the things that you have learned.